Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus one more time. I want to talk to America. And America, I want you to sit down and listen to me, if you will. I got some very important information for you. We are all very smart. We got some unique talents and gifts. We have learned quite well during our time here. Some of the things that we have learned, when others see them being performed by us, they love it. Some of the things that we've learned when seen are not so exciting for others. Nevertheless, it is what it is. I want America to know the lives we live. Some of us got it going pretty good. I saw a guy the other day, they was talking about him on the TV, and they said he was worth about $53 billion. Now, you would think that this guy got it going on, huh? Especially since you say money can't get anything you want, because everything costs money. And if you got the money, what is it that you want that you can't get? So, kind of thought about that for a minute. Then, later on, I think that night I heard them talking about some guy associated with, I don't recall right now, but they were talking about his worth was over 100 and some billion. Then I started thinking about these few billionaires or many billionaires, and I started thinking about the rest of us. None of us, the rest of us, none of us can ever do anything like that. And I reflected on me, myself, ladies and gentlemen, America. I thought, what is it in life that I really want? And the first thing came to mind was for my dream to come true. Whatever my dream is to come true. Why? Because it's right on time. I mean, it's everything. It's just fine. And I thought about how good that is. And ladies and gentlemen, America, this is the way that I feel about every American right here today. Every American wants their dream to come true. Oh, can't you imagine how beautiful it is for your dream to come true? And then I thought about it. And I thought about us. Me, you, all of us. Want these things to happen, but they are not happening. Only for a few. A few. Then I looked for answers within. And understanding that the spirit within me is the spirit universal. And I'm looking for answers. And then I see it. I see the operations of nature. Got a big lesson in nature. Even all living things, if you observe them, there's a great lesson in it. If you observe humans, there's a great lesson in it. If you observe a computer, a television, a car, an electric light, a camera, there's a great lesson in it. And I began to see it. I began to see my dreams coming true, your dreams coming true, and that process creating peace and prosperity and freedom and joy and the fulfillment of our dreams. And where we live now start changing. It's like paradise. And when I'm doing this right here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wiping out the trash. I'm getting rid of the ghettos. I'm getting rid of the rundown houses and the rundown communities and building brand new stuff. I mean, better than it had ever been built in our lifetime. And it's immaculate. I mean, that's what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Freedom. And what does I have? What do I have to say to you to get you to see where I'm coming from? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to say to you is that our Maker, God, I'm talking to you about God. And I'm not talking to you about some belief. I'm not a Methodist. In fact, I went to church last Sunday and threw in my Christian. I just went in and what I did, I testified. I was through with it. It's an embarrassment to God. Christianity in America, to me, as I'm talking to you, is an embarrassment to God. Churches. You know, in the book, I think they said something, this will build my church. What we call churches here in America is an embarrassment to God. Christians don't even know God. They still believe in their whole lifetime they believe in and still don't know God. What kind of seed is that? Well, I don't want to go down that road. Because, see, that road is the result of a nation that has said, we don't want God. We want, what do you call it? I think you call it democracy. You want a capitalist system. You want to be able to choose from side to side and make a determination based upon the majority of people what they want. You want the majority of the people. You want to empower them to abuse the minority. Whether it's in the community, whether it's in the government, whether it's in Congress. Swishy-washy, always a loser. And so here in America, we chose democracy and capitalism over God. Other places of the world, they chose dictators. They chose kings and they chose queens. The people didn't choose it. The people were born into it. Long before they came here, long before any of us came, and a lot of our descendants, this stuff had already got started. It started in the beginning. And it's all throughout eternity. We are so far away from God. The reason I'm saying this to you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. When I say I didn't get God from in a building, oh, I was on the mourner's bench. You know what I'm talking about. Preacher doing his thing. I remember a lot of us young guys on the mourner's bench. And sometimes your emotions can get going and you can feel. I remember one night I got to feeling something. I crawled under the bench, under the pew. My aunt was back there, and I asked her, I said, look, do I have anything? She said, boy, get out of here. So I went on back. I didn't get off that bench. I didn't. Even though I went to church all the time, and I always wanted to make sure that we want to have a discussion, I was on it. I wanted to be right on it. Can't waste no time and get in the middle of the discussion. I did love the story of Jesus. Oh, you're talking about some people like Lone Ranger, Gunslinger, Johnny Ringo, Paladin, and guys like that. But Jesus was my superstar. I can imagine somebody that nice, somebody that kind. I mean, if it's a story, they sure made Jesus right on time. It's all I ever wanted to be like, was like Jesus. But anyway, didn't make any difference. I went wild just like everybody else. But I'm here telling you this today, ladies and gentlemen, because the reason that I talk to you about God is because God revealed God to me. And if I had ever believed in God, if I had ever, and I'm sure I did, because I sure didn't know, it was gone. Because now I know. I know. And when I come to you, I'm not coming to you trying to con you. I'm not coming to you trying to outsleep you. I'm coming trying to share some information. You came to me when I used to be in the pulpit and asked me to pray. Pray for your life. Pray for those things that you're missing in your dreams. Yes, you did. And I prayed for you. But I got the answer, my friends. We have been taught by ignorance in such a way that if you believe in God and pray, have faith, some magic is going to happen. No, my friends. We don't call it magic. We call it miracles. But they don't happen all over the place, all the time. And because they're special. A miracle is special. It is evidence that God exists. A miracle is something that human beings can't do. It's evidence that God, there is a power better than you, smarter than you, Eddie. There's a power out here that we should recognize and, kind of be subservient to. Well, I saw that. And so I look at mankind, hey, you can't even touch this. And now I talk to you because that same God has a message. That's why he did the miracle for me. So I can stand here in the middle of this hell, in the middle of this religious hell, in the middle of this carnal hell, in the middle of this, and speak the truth to you. All of this stuff going on. It's going on because humankind are still following in the steps of those who decided, who made a choice to walk away from the right way, thinking that they could discover better way. And the result is this way. Wars, and rumors of wars, and terror, bombings and killings, and racism and hatred and bigotry, and lies, and more lies. I mean, you name it. And it's all a result of the system. Yeah, the system established, we say this is democracy, they got something else over there and something else over there. But when you look at the picture, the completed picture, don't look at somebody talking about there's some nice jobs over there, or you got opportunity to go to the health. No, you look at the whole thing. And I guarantee you, when you look at a lake, a river, or whatever, when it's clean, it has beauty beyond measure. But when you go through there and it got all this junk in it, and trash, and plastic, and you name it. Well, if you look at America and the world, but if you look at America, it looks like that if you can see it. If you can't see it, it's because you're immersed in it, deep in it. You're in the swamp. I know you're in the swamp. I'm in the swamp. My business in the swamp is to tell all of us that we're in the swamp. But it's no good if I can't tell you also how to get out of the swamp. Listen, this here might help if you believe. Now I said believe, I didn't say no. If you believe that I know God, if you believe that God had a relationship with me that brought me to a knowledge, if you can believe that, and then take faith and listen to what I'm going to tell you about the way of heavenliness. It's all about how you heavenliness is not all that stuff you're talking about. It's about how you treat one another. It's about how you treat one another. Heavenliness is not something we're going to be rewarded for. We're rewarded for living. No, my sisters. If you're going to experience heaven, it's going to be because you deserve it, and you're going to know you deserve it. Why? Because you're going to be working on it. You're going to be working on it. And if you're working on it, you're going to be living in it. There ain't nobody dying to go to heaven. You're living in heaven. And when you die, you stay in heaven. Everlasting heaven. Now, I didn't mean to go that way. But what I want you to know is this. The way that God did it. God gave each of us. Now, in my videos, you'll hear me say this, but I'm going to say it here too. He gave each of us a gift. Yes, we are not here just to be on the earth, to be fine and good looking. I mean, that's all right. In fact, all of us are good looking. If you don't think we are, or you think you know somebody that's ugly, that's not them. That's you. See, that's in your mind. So get rid of that stuff. All right. So you got a gift. And every last one of us as human beings and all living things got a requirement for, well, they got one drive, and that's to survive. And there are certain things, every last one of us want to survive. And for survival, every last one of us got the same requirements. Every last one of us. Now, all of us people, 300 million in America, want to survive and got a special gift. And we're here to do something. And now we have been given the opportunity to research ourselves. Go inside. Check out ourselves. What is it that we want to do that will give us our greatest joy? Choose it. And then engage it in a career. Can you imagine that? And this power that I'm telling you about, this God, has fixed this thing up in such a way that every career allowing you to do your thing, and it's interconnected with every other career. That while we human beings are extracting from the resources that God has given, whether they are in the earth, on the earth, above the earth, seen or unseen, but we're able to recognize and take from them as we need to do what those careers are designed to do. And what do? They create in an abundance, an oversupply of everything we the people have imagined that we need, want, or desire to keep us through the times. That's what we have done just by exercising our gifts. And that was the thrill. And now your housing, your health care, your education, your transportation, your vacations, and all of that stuff is nothing but cream on the top. And you don't have to worry about it. You got all of that. And you know what? You don't have to worry about money. No money was needed in God's plan. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. But now, in order to get there, you got to reject democracy and capitalism. You look at democracy and capitalism, see what it's done. Black can't stand white, white can't stand black. This nationality against that nationality. This nation against that nation. All of these systems are designed to prevent you. Now when I say you, I'm talking about everybody. Because everywhere, those who claim authority, those who want to be God and Lord over you, they got the billions. And those who help support them getting the billions, they got the millions. It ain't about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to take any of that. They can have all the money they want to have. But we need and must have our freedom to be alive. And that means we are not under servitude or slavery to nobody but God. Nobody. And we got the same gift that we have to give. And each one of us do that. And there's no one more special than another. And yet everybody is 100% special. Now, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's not